On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Intelligence.
The ability to learn, comprehend, or make judgments or conclusions based on reasons.
Examples:
An intelligence test. Field of artificial intelligence. In terms of intelligence, he was head and shoulders above his classmates.
Invoke.
To call upon or request help or support, especially from a higher power. To mention or use something as a reason or justification for actions or decisions.
Examples:
Invoke memories. Invoke the right to remain silent. The politician invoked the name of the founding fathers in his speech.
Humanoid.
A machine or creature that has a body shape similar to that of a human.
Examples:
Humanoid hand. Humanoid design. The humanoid robot was able to mimic human movements and expressions.
Amok.
In a restless or uncontrolled manner, typically associated with a violent outburst or rampage.
Examples:
Scream amok. Go amok. The angry customer began running amok in the store, knocking over displays and screaming at employees.
Distant.
Far away in space, time, or where you are, far apart in relevance, relationship, or kinship.
Examples:
A distant memory. Distant ancestors. The sun set over the crest of distant hills.
Threat.
A strong indication or likelihood of harm, danger, or adverse consequences. An expression of intent to inflict harm or injury on someone or something, often made as a means of coercion or intimidation.
Examples:
Economic threat. Environmental threat. The threat of severe weather prompted the city to issue an evacuation warning.
Fret.
To feel or express worry, anxiety, or annoyance about something. To wear away or corrode a surface by rubbing repeatedly. To form a series of parallel ridges or grooves in a material.
Examples:
Fret over every little thing. Fret about the future. I couldn't help but fret over the presentation I have to give tomorrow.
Digital.
Processing or storing information as a succession of 1 and 0 to show that a signal is present or missing, relating to the use of computer technology, especially the Internet.
Examples:
A digital watch. Digital electronic signature. Sensors convert physical phenomena into digital signals.
Surveillance.
The act of carefully monitoring a person suspected of a crime or a place where a crime may be committed or expected.
Examples:
He is kept under surveillance. Surveillance cameras. The novel contains a criticism of the surveillance society.
Metaphor.
A figure of speech in which an expression is used to refer to something that it does not denote to suggest a similarity.
Examples:
Metaphor for death. Visual metaphor. She expressed her thought in an artful choice of metaphors.
Dystopia.
An imaginary place where everything is extremely bad because of deprivation or oppression or terror, or a work of fiction describing those places.
Examples:
A crumbling dystopia. The escape from dystopia. The loss of industry turned working class neighborhoods into dystopias.
Manipulate.
To influence or control something or someone to your advantage, often in an unfair or dishonest way.
Examples:
Manipulate figures. Vulnerable to manipulate. Please tell me how to manipulate this computer.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story, adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
Historical novel. Novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Subtle.
Not readily apparent or visible.
Examples:
Subtle changes. A subtle poison. The room was painted in a subtle pink hue.
Unexpected.
Not anticipated or regarded as likely to happen.
Examples:
An unexpected visitor. Some unexpected events. The unexpected rainstorm caused the collapse of the corral.
Threaten.
To utter intentions of injury or punishment against someone.
Examples:
Threaten a healthy relationship. Threaten national security. Various artificially induced causes are threatening our ecosystem.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
Respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Advertise.
To draw attention to something such as a product, service, or event in public, to encourage people to buy, use, or attend it.
Examples.
Advertise the campaign. Advertise on social media. We want to advertise our company through your media.
Bolster.
To support or strengthen, often by adding extra assistance or resources.
Examples.
Bolster confidence. Bolster the economy. The company hired a new advertising agency to bolster its marketing efforts.
Accelerate.
To make something faster or earlier, to cause to develop or progress more quickly.
Examples.
Accelerate a chemical reaction. Accelerate the car. The government tried to accelerate the commercialization of this development.
Paraphrase.
To restate or reword a passage in one's own words, often to clarify or simplify the original meaning.
Examples.
Paraphrase a poem into prose. Paraphrase the meaning. He paraphrased the article in his own words to avoid being accused of plagiarism.
Philosophy.
The study of general and fundamental questions, such as those about existence, reason, knowledge, values, mind.
Examples.
Philosophy of education. Western philosophy. Ethics is a branch of philosophy.
Prodigious.
Remarkable or extraordinary in size, amount, or degree, extraordinary in ability or talent.
Examples.
A prodigious storm. Prodigious talent. The prodigious artist's work was featured in a major museum exhibition.
Dismiss.
To regard something or someone as not important and not worth considering. To terminate someone's employment.
Examples.
Dismiss a person from the office. Dismiss a matter with a laugh. The committee has decided to dismiss the president from the post.
Crude.
Being in an unrefined or natural state. Noun, the unprocessed form of oil.
Examples.
Price of crude oil. Crude manners. His crude jokes made her angry.
Ineffective.
Not producing any significant or intended effect or result.
Examples.
An ineffective speech. Pull an ineffective player. These treatments were ineffective against a virus.
Succumb.
To fail to oppose something, such as desire, pressure, or some other opposing force. To die or suffer badly from the effect of a disease or injury.
Examples.
Succumb to cancer. Succumb to old age. He finally succumbed to temptation.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Checkout.
The place in a store where customers pay for their purchases and receive a receipt. The process of paying for something and leaving a store or website.
Examples:
Self-checkout. Express checkout. The shopping trip ended with a long wait in the checkout line.
Cashier.
An employee responsible for handling transactions, such as payments or returns, in a store or other business.
Examples:
Cashier position. Bank cashier. After working as a cashier for a few years, she was promoted to a managerial position within the grocery store.
Gum.
A soft, sticky substance that is chewed to freshen the breath or to clean the teeth, the flesh that surrounds the teeth in the mouth.
Examples:
Bubble gum. Chewing gum. I always like having a pack of gum to freshen my breath.
Whine.
To utter a high-pitched, complaining sound, often in a tone that is irritating or grating to others. To express discontent or dissatisfaction in a persistent or annoying manner.
Examples:
Whine about homework. Whine about the weather. The child began to whine when his mom said they couldn't go to the park.
Persuade.
To convince or induce someone to do something by presenting a reason or argument, to sway or influence someone's decision or opinion.
Examples:
Attempt to persuade. Persuade a hijacker to surrender. She tried to persuade her brother to join her on the trip.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
Architecture design. Classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Infer.
To form an opinion or conclude that something is true based on existing facts.
Examples:
Infer quality from price. Infer the possibility. Animal desire and preference are always inferred from their behavior.
Deploy.
To move troops or weapons into a position or military action, to bring into something in an effective way.
Examples:
Deploy troops for battle. Deploy safety measures. This country deployed its weapons in the East region.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Visible.
Capable of being seen or open to easy view.
Examples:
Visible stars. Visible by X-ray. My home is easily visible from the shore.
Demographic.
A statistic characterizing that describes people or groups of people based on their age, sex, income, etc.
Examples:
Demographic analyses. Demographic policy. Several demographic indicators correlate with care admission.
Creditor.
A person, company, etc., to whom a debtor owes money.
Examples:
The creditor's claims. Bankrupt creditor. I asked the lawyer to initiate creditor negotiations for voluntary liquidation.
Retire.
To withdraw from one's position or occupation, especially because of age.
Examples:
Retire voluntarily. Retire after 4 terms. After working for the company for 30 years, she decided to retire from her job.
Messenger.
Someone or something that carries a message, especially one sent to convey information, news, or an official document.
Examples:
Messenger app. A secret messenger. An mRNA vaccine is a type of vaccine that uses a copy of a molecule called messenger RNA.
Conversation.
An informal talk between 2 or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Photograph.
A picture or image that is produced by a camera, a visual representation or record of a person, object, or scene that has been captured electronically or on film.
Examples:
Photograph album. Photograph memories. I found an old photograph of my grandparents from their wedding day.
Upload.
To transfer digital data or files from a local computer or device to a remote server or network. The act of transferring such data or files.
Examples:
Upload files. Upload documents to the portal. I need to upload these pictures to my computer to edit them.
Delete.
To remove something, especially that has been written, to wipe out digitally or magnetically recorded information.
Examples:
Delete a file. Delete this modification. Highlight the sentences that you want to delete.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples:
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Increasingly.
More and more.
Examples.
Increasingly become common. Face increasingly complicated challenges. Our company found it increasingly difficult to keep up with the competition.
Offline.
Not connected to the internet.
Examples.
Offline course. Offline mode. The computer is offline and cannot be accessed at the moment.
Brokerage.
The business of buying and selling goods or services on behalf of others, often for a commission or fee. The activity of acting as an intermediary or agent in negotiations or deals between two parties.
Examples.
Mortgage brokerage. International brokerage. I need to contact a brokerage firm to help me invest my money.
Chunk.
A thick and solid mass or piece of something.
Examples.
A chunk of money. A tiny chunk of meat. The new startup company carved out a large chunk of the market within a year.
Browse.
To shop around in a leisurely and casual way, to look through a book, magazine, internet, etc., casually and randomly, without seeking anything in particular, of an animal, to feed on plants.
Examples.
Browse a website. Browse through the text. We browsed in a souvenir shop.
Routinely.
On a regular or habitual basis, in a manner that is customary or expected.
Examples.
Routinely check. Routinely scheduled maintenance. They routinely conduct fire drills to ensure everyone in the building knows what to do in an emergency.
Collate.
To collect, arrange, and assemble information or material in a specified order or sequence.
Examples.
Collate data. Collate information. I need to collate these documents in the correct order before stapling them together.
Churning.
The process of mixing or stirring something vigorously, often to create a frothy or creamy texture, a state of upheaval or turbulence, often referring to the stock market or economy.
Examples.
Butter churning. Churning emotions. The churning of the waves on the beach made it difficult to swim.
Machine learning.
The process through which computers change the way they perform jobs without following explicit instructions by using algorithms and statistical models to analyze and draw inferences from patterns in data.
Examples.
Machine learning method. Machine learning processor. Many software engineers are developing applications to build machine learning algorithms more quickly.
Algorithm.
A set of rules or rigorous instructions typically used to solve a specific problem or to perform a computation.
Examples:
The RSA algorithm. Algorithm for image processing. We can evaluate the performance of an algorithm in terms of computation time.
Characteristic.
A typical feature or quality that can identify, tell apart, or describe something or somebody.
Examples:
Stripes characteristic of the zebra. My friend's characteristic laugh. Bananas have their characteristic taste and odor.
Ignore.
To intentionally not listen or pay attention to.
Examples:
Ignore her advice. Ignore a ban. Since independence, the area has been completely ignored.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Categorize.
To put people or things into groups according to their features, types, etc.
Examples:
Categorize the image. Categorize the cause of failure. The biologist categorized the viruses into 4 groups.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
Giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Row.
An arrangement of objects or people side by side in a line. Verb, to propel a boat through the water using oars.
Examples:
Criminal on death row. A row of cherry trees. He was the leader of the demonstrators and spoke out against the war in the front row.
Column.
One of the vertical blocks that split content on a page or screen from top to bottom, an upright pillar that often supports an arch, entablature, or other structure or stands alone as a monument.
Examples:
The spinal column. A column of water. The newspaper devoted several columns to the affair.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs. Secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
Basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Encourage.
To give someone support, confidence, or hope, to persuade someone to do or continue to do something by making it easier for them and making them believe it is a good thing to do.
Examples:
Encourage a sense of affinity. Encourage antisocial behavior. They encouraged customers with a premium for loyal patronage.
Bipolar.
Of, relating to, or occurring in both polar regions, of or relating to manic depressive illness.
Examples:
Bipolar depression. A bipolar semiconductor. The physician prescribed medication to treat bipolar disorder.
Mania.
A psychological or emotional state that is marked by excessive enthusiasm, excitement, or delusions, a strong and uncontrollable desire or craving for something.
Examples:
Startup mania. Dance mania. The mania for collecting rare books led him to spend his savings on a first edition.
Phase.
Any stage in a series of events, change, or development.
Examples:
Enter on the last phase. Two-phase structure. The era of the Industrial Revolution was a crucial phase of history.
Compulsive.
Relating to or involving an irresistible urge to do something repeatedly or excessively, often in a way that is harmful or detrimental to one's well-being or relationships.
Examples:
Compulsive gambling. Compulsive behavior. He had a compulsive need to check the stove was turned off every time he left the house.
Gamble.
To take risky action in the hope of being successful, to play or game for money or other stakes.
Examples:
Gamble $100 on the race. Gamble away my fortune. Will you gamble on the result of the fight?
Clue.
An object, a piece of evidence, or some information that helps someone to find the answer to a problem, question, or mystery.
Examples:
A clue about the crime. A clue to the diagnosis. The police couldn't find a clue to her whereabouts.
Bunch.
A grouping of several similar things which are growing or fastened together.
Examples:
A bunch of trees. A bunch of schoolgirls. One bad apple spoils the whole bunch.
Afterward.
After the time mentioned.
Examples:
A few years afterward. Go there afterward. We will explain the countermeasure concerning this problem afterward.
Onset.
The beginning or early stages of unpleasant something, a military attack.
Examples.
At the first onset. The onset of spring. This medicine works best when taken at the onset of a cold.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples.
Clinical surgery. Participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Symptom.
Any sensation or change in body or mind that is experienced by a patient and is associated with a particular disease.
Examples.
Symptoms of low testosterone. Neurotic symptoms. The patient displays a symptom of a side effect.
Edit.
To prepare written material for publication by correcting, condensing, or otherwise modifying it.
Examples.
Edit a history book. Edit a video. I need to edit this document before submitting it to my boss.
Benign.
Kind and gentle, not harmful or malicious.
Examples.
Benign tumor. A benign smile. The lump was discovered to be benign, and no further treatment was needed.
Feat.
A notable or impressive achievement, especially one that requires great skill or bravery.
Examples.
Intellectual feat. Feat accomplishment. It is an incredible feat to climb Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world.
Attend.
To be present at an event, to go to a place.
Examples.
Attend a meeting. Attend service. We must attend to this matter.
Rally.
A public meeting of a group of people intended to arouse enthusiasm.
Examples.
Rally in front of the embassy. The preliminary rally. There was a massive police presence at the anti-government rally.
Candidate.
A person who is seeking or being considered for some kind of position, title, honor, or award, a job applicant.
Examples.
Candidate selection. PhD candidate. The candidate's platform focused on healthcare reform and reducing income inequality.
Trump.
A playing card with a picture of a trumpeter on it, used in certain card games.
Examples.
Trump card. Choose Trump. The trump suit in the game of bridge is determined at the beginning of each hand.
Scholar.
Professor, A person who studies a topic in considerable depth, particularly in a university.
Examples:
Scholar in international politics. Noted scholar. You won't have to pay college tuition if you're a scholar.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples:
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Supremacy.
The state, condition, or position of being superior to all others in authority, power, or status.
Examples:
A race for supremacy. Supremacy of a country. The empire's military power ensured its supremacy over the neighboring states.
Extremist.
A person who holds extreme political or religious views and who is willing to use violent or illegal methods to promote those views.
Examples:
Extremist political views. Radical extremist. The extremist group planned a series of violent attacks to push its agenda.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Conspiracy.
A secret agreement between two or more people to perform something harmful or illegal.
Examples:
Political conspiracy. Conspiracy theory. There was a conspiracy of silence about illegal police interrogation.
Downhill.
In a direction that is downward or from a higher to a lower point, in a progressively worse or deteriorating manner.
Examples:
Ski downhill. Walk downhill to the beach. The family's finances have been going downhill since they lost their main source of income.
Vegetarian.
A person who does not eat meat or fish, or often any animal products, for health or religious reasons.
Examples:
Eat a vegetarian diet. A strict vegetarian. This restaurant has vegetarian dishes as well.
Vegan.
A person who does not eat or use any animal products, typically for ethical or environmental reasons.
Examples:
Raw food vegan. Vegan lifestyle. The vegan diet is based on plant-based foods.
Hardcore.
A subgroup or subculture within a larger group or community that is characterized by a particularly intense, committed, or extreme set of practices, beliefs, or values.
Examples:
Hardcore group. Hardcore music fan. The hardcore gamers were up until 4 a.m. playing video games.
Proprietor.
A person who owns and runs a business, especially a hotel, a shop, or a company.
Examples:
Proprietor of a business. Copyright proprietor. The proprietor of the small bakery was always friendly and welcoming.
Entice.
To attract or lure someone with something desirable or tempting.
Examples:
Entice foreign investment. Entice shoppers. The salesperson tried to entice the customer into buying a new car.
Ethics.
A branch of philosophy that considers what is morally right and wrong conduct, a set of beliefs about what is morally right and wrong.
Examples:
Political ethics. Ethics of journalism. This scripture provides the code of ethics for the religion.
Jewish.
Of or related to people whose traditional religion is Judaism.
Examples:
Jewish history. Jewish culture. My friend is a Jewish woman who celebrates Hanukkah every year.
Parasite.
An organism that lives on or in another organism and benefits by deriving nutrients at the other's expense.
Examples:
Blood-sucking parasite. Parasite disease. Tapeworms are parasites that live in the intestines of humans and animals.
Explicit.
Stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt.
Examples:
Explicit content. Explicit instructions. The movie had an explicit sex scene that some viewers might find offensive.
Semitic.
Relating to the group of languages that includes Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic, spoken by the peoples of the Middle East and North Africa.
Examples:
Anti-Semitic movement. Semitic culture. The Semitic languages include Hebrew, Arabic, and Aramaic.
Mobilize.
To make something ready for action or use, to organize people or resources for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Mobilize cooperation. Mobilize a stiff joint. The military mobilized troops to the border.
Alike.
Similar or identical in nature or appearance.
Examples:
Young and old alike. Alike in nature. The two paintings looked alike as if the same artist had done them.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples:
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Susceptible.
Easily influenced, harmed, or affected by something.
Examples:
A susceptible young woman. Susceptible of proof. Well-stretched muscles are less susceptible to injury.
Implausible.
Difficult to believe or accept as true, not credible or convincing, unlikely or improbable.
Examples:
Implausible theory. Implausible excuse. The detective found the suspect's story implausible and decided to investigate further.
Investigate.
To conduct a systematic or formal inquiry to identify and evaluate the facts of a crime, problem, statement, etc., to establish the truth.
Examples:
Investigate the matter. Investigate a data leak. The committee investigated several apparent inconsistencies.
Broaden.
To make or become wider or more extensive, to make or become more tolerant or liberal.
Examples:
Broaden students' knowledge. Broaden their horizon. The company broadened its product line to include more customer options.
Disclose.
To make something, such as secret or new information, known publicly.
Examples:
Disclose a secret. Disclose a vulnerability. The curtain rose to disclose a fantastic set.
Demobilize.
To discharge or release soldiers, military personnel, or other personnel from active service or duty. To disband or break up a military unit or force. To withdraw or deactivate a military force or resource.
Examples:
Demobilize combatants. Demobilize soldiers. The board decided to demobilize some of the departments to streamline operations.
Convince.
To persuade someone or make someone believe that something is true.
Examples:
Convince her to go with us. Convince an opponent. I am considering what I should do to convince him.
Specifically.
Only associated with or meant for one thing.
Examples:
Designed specifically for men. For specifically American customers. This ad campaign is aimed specifically at young women.
Quotation.
A group of words taken from a text or speech and repeated by someone other than the original author or speaker.
Examples:
Double quotation marks. Take a quotation. He included a quotation from the book in his essay.
Dramatically.
In a very impressive manner.
Examples:
He confessed dramatically. The cabin pressure fell dramatically. Life expectancy has grown dramatically this century.
Arrange.
To plan, prepare for, and carry out something.
Examples:
Arrange the meeting. The list was arranged alphabetically. I need to arrange plans with him for the celebration.
Chronological.
Arranged in the order in which events occurred.
Examples:
Chronological progression. Sorted in chronological order. He presented the timeline of the project in a chronological sequence.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Snub.
To deliberately ignore, reject, or dismiss someone or something abruptly and rudely, to intentionally withhold attention, recognition, or acknowledgement in a way that is meant to be disrespectful or insulting.
Examples:
Snub a request. Snub a celebrity. He decided to snub his former friend after a major disagreement.
Prioritize.
To assign a higher level of importance to something compared to other things.
Examples:
Prioritize tasks. Prioritize people over cars. The organization prioritized the needs of the community in its decision-making.
Bury.
To place a dead body in the ground, grave, or tomb.
Examples:
Bury in the earth. Bury emotion. There is plenty of space to bury everyone.
Emotion.
A strong feeling such as love, anger, etc., deriving from one's situation, mood, or relationships with others.
Examples:
Control my emotion. Afraid to show emotion. Some emotions are common across cultures and backgrounds.
Midterm.
Referring to the middle of a term or period, especially in politics or education.
Examples:
Midterm election. Leave school in the midterm. The midterm exams determined how much students had learned so far.
Elect.
To choose someone for a specific position by voting for them, to decide or choose to do something.
Examples:
Elect the school board. Elect death. Every 5 years, the provincial governors are elected.
Experiment.
The scientific test conducted to observe what happens and gain new knowledge.
Examples:
experiment design, series of experiments. His experiments showed highly positive results.
Tweak.
To pinch or squeeze something sharply, to adjust something finely.
Examples:
tweak his cheek, tweak the economy. He didn't tweak the plan even though he had time.
Thumbnail.
The small image used to represent a larger image or document on a computer or mobile device, the nail on the thumb.
Examples:
thumbnail image, video thumbnail. The photographer selected the best image from the photo shoot for the thumbnail.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
chemical addition, addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Voter.
A person who votes or has a legal right to vote in a political election.
Examples:
an eligible voter, voter apathy. The election administration nullified the election results because of voter fraud.
Confirm.
To support or establish the truth or certainty of something previously believed or suspected to be the case.
Examples:
confirm the diagnosis, confirm a transaction. Please write to confirm your reservation.
Fluke.
A stroke of luck or chance, often resulting in a positive outcome or unexpected success, an accidental or unplanned occurrence.
Examples:
lucky fluke, fluke accident. Winning the lottery was just a fluke, I didn't expect it to happen.
Civic.
Of or relating to a town, city, or the people who live in it.
Examples:
civic activity, civic center. The city promotes civic collaboration in community development.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
refer to a book, refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
President.
The leader of a republic, for example, the U.S., the person in charge of the organization, such as a company, university, club, etc.
Examples:
President Emeritus, Vice President for Finance. The club president does not have absolute power.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Platform.
The raised flat space close to the track at a train station where passengers get on or off the train. Technology, a computational or digital environment in which a piece of software is executed.
Examples:
An arrival platform. A digital platform for enterprise. The speaker mounted the platform and started to speak.
Someplace.
Somewhere without specifying a particular or exact location.
Examples:
From someplace deep inside. Someplace quiet. Let's go someplace new and try something we have not done before.
Innocuous.
Not harmful or dangerous, unlikely to cause injury or damage.
Examples:
Innocuous joke. Innocuous substance. The spider in the corner of the room seemed innocuous, but it made her uneasy.
Basis.
The most important facts, ideas, or events from which something is developed, the way how things are organized or arranged.
Examples:
On an equal basis. Basis for calculation. This evidence will form the basis for our discussion.
Debate.
A formal discussion or argument of opposing viewpoints, often to persuade others to adopt a specific position. A public discussion, often on an issue of current interest, in which participants offer opinions and differing perspectives.
Examples:
Debate topic. Debate competition. The debate over climate change continues to be a hot topic in politics.
Ethnicity.
The cultural characteristics of a particular group, such as language, religion, and traditions, that distinguish them from other groups.
Examples:
Ethnic diversity. Based on their ethnicity. The city is home to people of many different ethnicities.
Religion.
A deep conviction in a supernatural power that controls human destiny.
Examples:
Religion sociology. Freedom of religion. Their religion strictly prohibits them from drinking or gambling.
Trait.
A particular feature of your nature.
Examples:
Chemical trait. Personality traits. Multiple genes may influence behavioral traits concurrently.
Addictive.
Causing a strong desire or compulsion to use or consume repeatedly, often to the point of dependency or harm, habit forming.
Examples:
Highly addictive. Addictive substance. The new video game was so addictive that he stayed up all night playing it.
Substance.
The real physical material of which a thing or person consists, the most important or main part of some idea or experience, an illegal drug.
Examples:
An explosive substance. Substance abuse problem. The substance of the argument was well presented.
Separate.
To force, take, or pull apart, mark as different.
Examples:
Separate video into chapter. Separate cream from milk. We need to separate the aspect of his personality from the part of his competence when making an investment decision.
Gender.
The range of characteristics of femininity and masculinity and differentiating between them, especially when considering social and cultural differences rather than differences in biology.
Examples:
Gender-blind policies. Dual gender. Cultural norms strongly influence gender expectations.
Identify.
To recognize someone or something and say or prove who or what they are.
Examples:
Identify handwriting. Identify gene sequences. I will introduce you to how to identify the leading causes of the malfunction.
Protest.
A strong expression of disagreement, disapproval, or opposition.
Examples:
Hold a protest. A silent protest. He left the party in protest at its radical political stance.
Conceal.
To prevent something from being seen, found, observed, or discovered.
Examples:
Conceal my identity. Conceal a close relationship. Despite the intense verbal abuse, she concealed her anger well.
Orientation.
A person's basic attitudes, beliefs, and preferences about particular things. A course introducing a new situation or environment.
Examples:
Sexual orientation. The school orientation. There will be an orientation lecture for new students this afternoon.
Probabilistic.
Characterized by the influence of chance or probability, involving the use of statistical models or methods to estimate likelihoods or risks.
Examples:
Probabilistic model. Probabilistic approach. In a probabilistic system, the outcome is uncertain and can vary based on chance.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
Resist temptation. Resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Temptation.
The desire to do or have something that you know you should not do or have, the act of influencing by exciting hope or desire.
Examples:
Withstand temptation. Many temptations. Researchers often succumb to the temptation of accolades and commit research misconduct.
Immense.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Immense amount. Immense pressure. He left his wife an immense fortune.
Detection.
The act of discovering or identifying the presence of something.
Examples:
Detection by the security software. Importance of early detection. This smartphone has a collision detection function.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Tragedy.
An event or situation causing great loss, misfortune, or destruction. A play or literature that deals with a severe and sad event and often ends with the death of the main character.
Examples:
A tragedy during work. The aftermath of this tragedy. Macbeth is a famous tragedy by Shakespeare.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Authoritarian.
Characterized by strict, absolute control and obedience to authority or rules, dictatorial and lacking in personal freedoms or individual rights.
Examples:
Authoritarian practice. Authoritarian government. The authoritarian leadership style left no room for dissent or alternative opinions.
Mere.
Used to emphasize how insignificant or minor someone or something is.
Examples:
Mere acquaintance. Mere incident. He lost the election by mere votes.
Overt.
Open, evident, or clear, especially in a way that is not intended to be secret.
Examples:
Overt hostility. Overt symptoms. His overt lack of enthusiasm was noticeable to everyone in the room.
Scared.
Afraid or frightened.
Examples:
Scared all the time. Scared dog. I'm scared of insects.
Judge.
A person who makes decisions in a court of law. Verb, to determine the result of or form a critical opinion of something.
Examples:
Judge a competition. An associate judge. The strict judge ruled in favor of the plaintiff in the case.
Nudge.
To push someone or something gently, especially with your elbow, to attract the person's attention. Noun, a small push or prod to encourage a desired action or behavior.
Examples:
Nudge price levels up. Give a person a nudge. The teacher nudged the student to get his attention and asked him a question.
Predict.
To state beforehand that something will happen in the future, mainly based on knowledge or experience.
Examples:
Predict the future. Predict when she will arrive. It's notoriously challenging to predict birth rates.
Troublemaker.
A person who intentionally causes difficulties or problems for others, often by disruptive or provocative behavior. A person who tends to create or attract trouble or controversy.
Examples:
Troublemaker kid. Accused troublemaker. The teacher had to reprimand the troublemaker in class constantly.
Rebel.
Someone who resists or opposes authority or control, especially by fighting against it.
Examples:
Rebel uprising. Group of rebels. The rebels fought against the government for their independence.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.
Fellow.
Someone who has the same job or interests as you, or is in the same class, profession, or situation as you.
Examples:
Junior fellow. Nice fellow. He is the kind of fellow who only works for his success.
Envelope.
To surround and cover completely, to encase.
Examples:
Envelop the whole world. Envelop her in a bear hug. The fog enveloped the city, making it difficult to see.
Spider.
A small, eight-legged creature that spins webs to catch insects as food. A computer program that systematically browses the World Wide Web for purposes of web indexing.
Examples:
Spider venom. Web spider. The spider spun an intricate web in the corner of the room.
Capitalize.
To write a whole letter or the first letter of the alphabet as a capital, to provide a company, etc. with the money, to take the chance to gain advantage from something.
Examples:
Capitalize on an interest. Capitalize the first letter of a word. You must capitalize on your full of opportunities to become a professor.
Trillion.
The number 1 trillion, a million.
Examples:
Trillion cubic feet. Many trillions of dollars. 1 light year is nearly 6 trillion miles.
Structure.
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Loose.
Not securely fixed or fastened in place, or able to be detached or separated from something.
Examples:
A loose tongue. Remove loose hair. The inspector discovered loose bolts under the fuel rods.
Pliable.
Flexible, easy to bend without breaking or cracking.
Examples:
Pliable dough. Keep the skin pliable. Certain types of plastic become pliable when heated.
Crucial.
Extremely vital or necessary.
Examples:
Crucial information. A crucial issue for women. The revitalization of technology companies is crucial to the country's growth.
Circumvent.
To go around, avoid, or bypass something, often to achieve an intended goal or objective, to outmaneuver or outsmart a person or obstacle.
Examples:
Circumvent rules. Circumvent authority. I took a back road to work on time to circumvent the traffic jam.
Censorship.
The act or process of suppression or restriction of any portions of books, films, news, etc. that are judged obscene, politically unacceptable, or a threat to security.
Examples:
Clear censorship by the Education Ministry. Form of censorship. Newspapers were subjected to censorship a few days later.
Malicious.
Intended to do harm or upset other people, having the nature of the harm.
Examples:
Have a malicious expression. A malicious conspiracy. Everyone kept looking at him with malicious eyes.
Deliberately.
Done in an intentional or slow and careful manner.
Examples:
Deliberately amateurish. Commit a crime deliberately. He deliberately misleads others.
Polar.
Relating to, or close to, the North or South Pole, characterized by complete opposites.
Examples:
Polar bears. Polar regions. Polar animals are graceful and efficient swimmers.
Intention.
Something you want to do and are going to do.
Examples:
Intention behind his decision. Clear intention. Our CEO's intentions are always transparent and straightforward.
Intent.
A strong determination or attention to do or achieve something. Adjective, having a strong determination to do or achieve something.
Examples:
The intent of a question. Intent gaze. The designer's intent was to create a minimalist aesthetic for the interior of the building.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
The core of an apple. Core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Con.
An argument opposed to a proposal, a swindle in which you cheat at gambling or persuade a person to buy worthless property. Verb, to be against or opposed to something.
Examples:
Telemarketing cons. The pros and cons. The con artist convinced the older woman to give him her life savings.
Influence.
The ability to affect someone's or something's character, growth, or behavior, or the effect itself.
Examples:
Influence a child's future. Influence the daily life. The former emperor had a particular influence even after he abdicated.
Recipe.
A set of instructions for preparing a dish, including the ingredients and the method of cooking.
Examples:
Recipe book. Recipe collection. The recipe for the cake is passed down from generation to generation in her family.
Restructure.
To organize a company, business, or system in a new and different way to make it work more effectively.
Examples:
Restructure sentence. Restructure my debts. The economic downturn made it necessary to restructure the business.
Incentive.
Something, such as a punishment, reward, etc., that encourages a person to do something.
Examples:
Financial incentives. An incentive to work hard. They have no incentive to win the game.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Transparency.
The condition or quality of being easy to see through.
Examples:
Lack of transparency. Transparency during the trials. The main discussion topic is government transparency.
Structural.
Associated with the way on construction or organization of anything.
Examples:
Structural analyses. structural reorganization. The earthquake resulted in significant structural destruction.
Opacity.
The quality or state of being opaque, equals not allowing light to pass through, a lack of transparency or clarity in a person's behavior, motives, or communication.
Examples:
Light opacity. Opacity level. The opacity of the company's financial statements raised suspicions of fraud.
Indiscriminate.
Done or occurring without any particular aim, purpose, or discrimination, haphazard, random, or careless.
Examples:
Indiscriminate violence. Indiscriminate use of force. The indiscriminate spraying of pesticides is harmful to both the environment and people's health.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Constrain.
To restrict or limit someone or something's freedom or ability to do something.
Examples:
Constrain his freedom. Constrain information flow. The political situation constrained the country's economic growth and foreign relations.
Postpone.
To delay or reschedule something to a later time or date.
Examples:
Postpone meeting. Postpone event. Due to inclement weather, the game has been postponed until next week.
Function.
The purpose or use of an object, system, or process, a particular activity or operation that is designed to serve a specific purpose, a mathematical concept that describes a relationship between two sets of values, called the input and output sets. Verb, to operate or work in a specific way, or to perform a particular task or purpose.
Examples:
Function properly. Immune function. The brain is an incredibly complex organ that controls the body's function.
Finance.
The management of money, credit, banking, and investments, especially by a government or commercial organization, the branch of economics that studies the management of money and other assets.
Examples:
Finance Act. Manage my finances. Our company decided to hire an advisor who specializes in finance.
Boast.
To talk about someone's accomplishments, wealth, or abilities excessively with undue pride and self-satisfaction.
Examples:
Boast of his success. Boast a long history. This town boasts a national park.
Context.
The circumstances, facts, or conditions that surround a particular event, situation, or statement and that give it meaning.
Examples:
historical context, legal context. It's important to understand the context of a situation before making a decision.
Demagogue.
A political leader who gains power and popularity by appealing to people's emotions, prejudices, and biases, often by making false and misleading claims.
Examples:
Religious demagogue, charismatic demagogue. The demagogue's divisive rhetoric was meant to stir up anger and hatred.
Blossom.
The reproductive structure on a flowering plant that consists of usually colorful petals and a typically green calyx, merging of sepals, the state or time of flowering, the peak of a person's or thing's development or success.
Examples:
Apple blossom, blossom garden. The cherry blossom trees in the park were in full bloom, creating a beautiful sight.
Menace.
A person or thing that is likely to cause harm or danger, a threat or perceived threat.
Examples:
Invisible menace, potential menace. The reckless driver was a menace to other drivers on the road.